Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into 10 of the most compelling automatic watches you can buy right now. Timepieces that combine heritage, engineering excellence, and genuine wrist presence in a way that makes every dollar feel well spent. From the legendary fields of Swiss watchmaking to the precision-driven ateliers behind some of horology's most storied names, these watches represent something more than just a way to tell the time. Whether you're an obsessive collector or simply someone who appreciates the art of mechanical watchmaking, this list has something for you. Let's get into it. Number 10. Hamilton Khaki Pilot Pioneer, H764095300. The Hamilton Khaki Pilot Pioneer is a watch that carries real aviation DNA in its design, and it wears that identity with complete conviction. Hamilton has a long and distinguished history of supplying timepieces to aviators and military personnel, and the Khaki Pilot Pioneer channels that legacy into a modern package that's immediately compelling on the wrist. The 41mm steel case is paired with a bold, highly legible pilot-style dial, large Arabic numerals, a triangle-tipped 12 o'clock marker, and generously loomed hands that read instantly at altitude or in low-light conditions. Powering it is the reliable ETA 2804 Tier 2 automatic movement with a 38-hour power reserve. Not flashy, but rock-solid dependable in the way a pilot watch should be. The domed sapphire crystal adds a vintage-inspired touch that works beautifully with the overall aesthetic, and the deployant clasp leather strap finishes the package with just the right amount of military seriousness. This is a watch that never needs to shout to be noticed. The Hamilton Khaki Pilot Pioneer retails for approximately $695 USD. Number 9. Longines Legend Diver, L3.774.4. Few watches in modern production carry the authentic vintage credentials of the Longines Legend Diver, and that's because it isn't just inspired by history, it is history, faithfully reissued. Originally launched in 1960 as a professional diving instrument, the Legend Diver was ahead of its time, featuring a distinctive inner rotating bezel operated through the crown rather than an external bezel ring. That same mechanism is present here, giving the watch a uniqueness and tactile character that no competitor at this price can match. The 42mm steel case has the soft, organic curves of vintage dive watches done absolutely right, and the warm, textured dial with its bold cathedral hands and luminous plots strikes that perfect balance between tool watch utility and collector appeal. Longines fits this icon with the L615 caliber, a beautifully finished automatic movement with COSC-level performance ambitions. On a vintage leather strap or beads of rice bracelet, the Legend Diver is the kind of watch you put on and simply can't stop looking at. The Longines Legend Diver retails for approximately $1,150 USD. Number 8. Tag Heuer Carrera, CBN2A1A. The Tag Heuer Carrera is one of the most important names in sports watch history, and the CBN2A1A is the model that best captures the essence of what Jack Heuer created back in 1963. An instrument designed for racing drivers who needed split-second accuracy under pressure. What makes this particular reference so compelling is the combination of the iconic Carrera case architecture with the Heuer 02 in-house chronograph movement. A column wheel, vertical clutch caliber with a class-leading 80-hour power reserve that rivals anything in the Swiss industry at its level. The 42mm steel case sits elegantly on the wrist, the silver dial with its clean register layout, and applied indices delivering a read that is effortlessly sporty without sacrificing refinement. Wearing the Carrera is wearing over 6 decades of motorsport heritage. The Le Mans paddocks, the Monte Carlo rally stages, the long straight at Monza. It doesn't just tell the time, it tells a story. Number 7. Oris Big Crown Pointer Date, 017547741. There are complications, and then there is the Oris Big Crown Pointer Date, one of mechanical watchmaking's most characterful and joyful inventions. The big sweeping hand that arcs steadily around the outer chapter ring to indicate the date is not just a clever trick. It's a celebration of everything tactile and human about mechanical timekeeping. This latest generation of the pointer date houses the Oris Calibre 754, a refined in-house movement with a generous 38-hour power reserve and the smooth operation you'd expect from a company with over 120 years of independent Swiss watchmaking behind it. The cushion-shaped 40mm case, the oversized crown nod to the vintage aviation models of the 1930s and 40s, and the warm, beautifully layered dial design all combine to create something genuinely timeless. On a brown leather strap with contrast stitching, The Big Crown Pointer date is immediately one of the most characterful watches in any collection. There is nothing else quite like it. Number 6. Tudor Black Bay 32 M795HC. Tudor's Black Bay family has redefined what enthusiasts expect from a serious sports watch at a sub-Rolex price point, and the Black Bay 32 brings all of that engineering and aesthetic pedigree to a smaller, more accessible 32mm case. Proof that great watchmaking has absolutely nothing to do with size. This is a watch designed for wrists that have long been underserved by the industry, and Tudor executes it without compromise. The cushion-shaped case, the iconic snowflake hands, the rich gilt or silver dial options, and the signature Tudor riveted bracelet all carry the same design DNA as the beloved larger models in the lineup. Inside beats the MT5400 manufacture movement, Tudor's own in-house caliber with COSC certification and a 70-hour power reserve, built to the same exacting standards as the watches on the wrists of Royal Navy divers. The Black Bay 32 is not the entry-level model. It is the right-sized model, and it wears beautifully. The Tudor Black Bay 32 retails for approximately $2,875 USD. Number 5. Tissot Le Local Powermatic 80 T06.407. Named after the Swiss watchmaking town where Tissot was founded in 1853, the Le Local Powermatic 80 is a declaration that elegance and affordability are not mutually exclusive. The 39mm case in stainless steel with its polished and satin-brushed surfaces is the picture of understated Swiss dress watch refinement, the kind of watch that slips effortlessly under a shirt cuff and makes its presence known with quiet authority rather than volume. The galoche-patterned dial center beneath the glass is a master class in traditional decorative finishing, and the applied indices and Dauphine hands catch the light exactly as they should. Powering all of this is Tissot's Powermatic 80 movement, a workhorse caliber with an 80-hour power reserve and silicon balance spring for excellent magnetic resistance and reduced maintenance requirements. For the price, nothing touches the Le Local for sheer classical Swiss dress watch presence. This is a timepiece you pass down. Number 4. Mito Baroncelli Heritage 1918 M027.407. The Mito Baroncelli Heritage 1918 is a watch that knows exactly what it is and delivers it with complete conviction. Named to honor Mito's founding year, the Heritage 1918 channels a century of Swiss craftsmanship into a slim, elegantly proportioned 40mm dress watch that would look at home in a glass display case, and yet is priced to actually live on your wrist. The coin edge case is a signature Mito detail that speaks to the brand's creative design philosophy, and the clean, uncluttered dial with its baton indices, slender hands, and beautiful sunburst finishing is simply lovely to look at throughout the day. The ETA-based Caliber 80 automatic movement inside brings that outstanding 80-hour power reserve, meaning this is a refined timepiece equally capable of keeping pace with a packed work week. Exhibition caseback, sapphire crystal, and solid bracelet quality round out a package that consistently surprises people with how premium it feels in hand. The Mito Baroncelli Heritage 1918 retails for approximately $875 USD. Number 3. Tudor Black Bay 58 M79030N. If there is one watch on today's list that has captured the imagination of the entire watch community over recent years, it is the Tudor Black Bay 58, and the acclaim is entirely deserved. The 58 in the name references 1958, the year Tudor introduced its first 200-meter dive watch, and this modern reissue distills everything great about that era of watch design into a perfectly proportioned 39mm package. The thinner case profile and shorter lugs that define the BB58 give it exceptional wrist comfort for a sports watch, and the depth of detail in the matte black dial, from the gilt printing and snowflake hands to the applied logo medallion, creates an aesthetic richness that photographs cannot fully capture. The MT5402 in-house manufacture movement is COSC certified with a 70-hour power reserve and Tudor's variable inertia balance for outstanding long-term accuracy. On the woven jacquard fabric strap, the Black Bay 58 achieves something remarkable. It looks simultaneously like a vintage collectible and a thoroughly modern sports watch. It is, without exaggeration, close to perfect. The Tudor Black Bay 58 retails for approximately $3,675 USD. Number 2. Oris Diver 65, RO17337720. The Oris Diver 65 is proof that great design never really goes out of style. It just waits to be rediscovered. First launched in 1965 as Oris's entry into the dive watch race, The 65 has been revived as one of modern watchmaking's most stylish and covetable sports watches. The 40mm cushion case shape with its sharply cut lugs, the domed sapphire crystal that amplifies the vintage aesthetic, and the beautiful depth of the sunburst dials in blue, green, or cotton candy tones and make the 65 one of the most visually arresting watches at any price. This generation houses the Oris Caliber 400, the brand's flagship in-house movement, offering a 5-day power reserve, exceptional accuracy specifications, and a 10-year service interval that redefines the standard for long-term ownership. Paired with the riveted stainless bracelet, it's a watch that turns heads on every wrist. Independent Swiss watchmaking at its very finest, the Oris Diver 65 retails for approximately $117.50 USD. Number 1. Tudor Pelagos 39 M25407N. The Tudor Pelagos 39 takes the top position today, and it earns that spot by being one of the most complete and technically accomplished sports watches available at any price. Full stop. Tudor's Pelagos line has always been the brand's most serious tool watch offering, and the 39mm iteration delivers all of that professional-grade engineering in a case size that wears brilliantly on virtually any wrist. The technical specifications read like a spec sheet for a watch costing 2 or 3 times more. Titanium construction for exceptional lightweight strength, a self-compensating folding clasp with diver extension, helium escape valve, and water resistance to 500 meters for genuine professional diving use. The MT560 O2 manufacture movement inside is one of the finest in Tudor's lineup, Koski certified, with a 70-hour power reserve and variable inertia balance wheel that delivers outstanding accuracy in all positions. The lacquered black dial with luminous plot indices and the distinctive Tudor logo rotor visible through the exhibition caseback are finishing touches that demonstrate real pride of manufacture. The Pelagos 39 is the watch that makes you wonder why you'd spend more. It is exceptional by every measure that matters. The Tudor Pelagos 39 retails for approximately $4,075 USD.